Module 4, Lesson 9, we're going to continue with understanding how to work with variables, and now we're moving into one of our critical standards, which requires you to be able to create equations with variables. So today we're going to just look at first writing addition expressions. So here we have a couple examples. If you look here, we have this word is equivalent. If you need to see that written out clear, it's E-Q-U-I-V-A-L-E-N-T. We have 3 plus 5, and the way we have a model for 3 plus 5 is that we have 3 boxes combined with 5 boxes, and if you count it all up, that gives you 8. And then down here we have 5 plus 3, so we have 5 boxes, we draw a dark line to separate it, and then 3 more, and again that's 8. Our commutative property, which we talked about on Friday, says that when we're adding, it doesn't matter which order we do it in, because it will always give you the same answer. So our 3 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 3, and again that's the commutative property. Now down here, we're going to use the commutative property with variables. So we have a plus 2 or 2 plus a. These are equivalent, again, because the commutative property a plus 2 equals 2 plus a. Now with variables, we don't know what the number is. And because we don't know what the number is, we just have a box that's larger than 1. So it doesn't have to be this big, but you do want it to be larger than 1 because you want to kind of demonstrate that you understand it's not necessarily equal to 1. And if it's the size of our 1-unit boxes, people could misunderstand that. So you just do a little bit larger box and you have A, and then you do your dark line, add 2 on, and that's a number plus 2. Or we could have 2 plus a number, which it can be any letter. I picked A, but it could be an N, M, Y, X, whatever letter you wanted. And then down here, wrote that out again, A plus 2 equals 2 plus A, and that's the commutative property. Now, when we use parentheses when we write our equations, this is if we have more than one thing happening. So if they give you a sentence and they say 2 steps, you want to make sure that the first step is in those parentheses. So if you want to kind of see why that is different, if we had 3 minus the parentheses 1 plus 2, we would solve inside the parentheses. We do 1 plus 2, which gives you 3. And we bring down our 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Now, if you write it like this, so still the same order, 3 minus 1 plus 2, 3 minus 1 plus 2, you then would solve this first one, and you'd have a 3 minus 1 is 2, bring down the 2, 2 plus 2 gives you 4, 2 very different answers, 0 and 4. So the parentheses can change your outcome, so you need to make sure if you need one step before the other, that you put those parentheses in there so they remember to do that first. Now, writing subtraction expressions. If they tell you 10 minus 6, you need to draw 10 boxes and then mark out 6 boxes. And that would leave 4 boxes. So 10 minus 6 equals 4. I did X's. You could do lines. You could color it in, whatever you wish. But you also need to make sure that you show the whole thing is 10. So if you want to just do a box across and put 10 underneath it, that's fine. But you do want to write the number 10, even though you already have 10 boxes. And there are 2 more ways that you can do subtraction problems. 2 ways that they give the statement. So they can say take 3 from a number. So we draw one long box, and I'm naming it N. So the number, this unknown number, which is a number, is the whole thing. But take 3 from it, I'm going to just highlight this, color it in dark, and put 3. Now, if you wanted to do 3 boxes, you could do that as well and mark them out, just leaving a blank empty space, again, because we don't know what the number is. So this could be 20, or it could be 3, or it could be 2. We just don't know until they give us the value. And then the last statement that they may have for subtraction is for less than a number or something less than a number. A lot of times people want to do 4 minus a number, but this is 4 less than. So it's like saying 4 less than 20, which would be 16. You're subtracting 4. So this here means minus 4. If you like, you could circle this sort of thing and put -4 on there so that you remember that that's what that means. But it's P minus 4. Again, you have a large box labeling it P. Take 4 off. You scribble that so people know you're taking that away. Whatever's left would be your answer. So at this point, I'd like you to open up your book to Module 4, Lesson 9, and we'll continue with the lesson.